What's up, guys? We got another student before and after video. You guys are going to love this one. Let's go do this thing. So welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to Cuba Golf Japan, we do a bunch of videos like this every single week. So what you got to go do is hit that little red subscribe button, smash the like button, leave a comment, share this video, and let's hop into the first part of this video. Alright guys, so we got the before on the left of the screen, we got the after on the right of the screen. The reason why I kind of picked this student was I think he kind of resembles, he's a great example of what a lot of you guys out there currently are trying to do. Now I know the GG swing is very, very popular right now. I mean, shout out to Fujimonte, right? His book is #2 on the bestseller list, right? So everyone's trying to learn the GG swing. It's really popular, and I think there's some really big misconceptions that a lot of you guys out there are doing when you're trying to do it yourselves, and it's really hurting your golf swing. So that's currently kind of why I picked this student. So let's hop into the first part, and we're going to talk about top of swing position as well as kind of hand path in transition. All right, guys, so as you can see, I had to kind of zoom out a little bit just because, again, you gotta love Japanese ranges, right? A little bit small. So you see a little bit of black on both sides of this video. I apologize for the shoddy camera work, but just work with me because there's some good content here. So let's hop in. So first things first, top of swing. He has something that I call basically an arm position with little to no depth, right? And you guys, if you watch my videos, you probably kind of already know what I'm talking about. Little to no depth means that the arms are a little bit more this way. You probably heard it also called like a two-plane swing by Jim Hardy, right? Lead arm is above the shoulder line, but really the main thing is the hands are a little bit too close to the head for my particular preference. And it's really going to set him up, especially with what he's trying to do in transition, but it's really going to set him up to get out of position early in transition. So let's go take a look. So from this position, we're going to see that the hand path from this position starts to kind of work a little bit too far outwards. And then right around position 5, you can see that his hands are basically on this yellow line or slightly above it. Now, this is really common for what we're seeing. A lot of you guys out there who are trying to do the GG swing, by position 5, you guys are working your hand path quite significantly outwards towards the golf ball. Now, the main reason why you guys are doing this, because again, you have a lot of golf instructors here in Japan talking about get those hands out towards the golf ball, right? And what ends up happening is players get quite significantly out with their hand path to where they're in a really compromised position. And let me kind of explain compromise here. So compromise just means one thing. Your hands are very close to the golf ball very early, right? From here, if you try to go low and left with your exit, you're going to get the low point or the club head too far out in front of the golf ball. You're going to get a lot of thin shots, or you're going to start extending early and start throwing your angles to try to time it, right? And then we start seeing really, really shoddy, basically contact control from this position. Another thing that we tend to see from this position, if you don't kind of come here and extend and do that or go low and left, we also start seeing players start to tilt their shoulders back this way, right? And honestly, from a lot of the people who are teaching the GG swing here in Japan, that's what we're seeing them teach, right? Hand path out and then tilt your shoulders quite drastically, get a lot of right side lateral bend. And again, if you guys know what I teach, we tend to see players who do that motion that we just described not rotate their chest very well through impact, and they get really stuck, and you don't really see a good position 9, which is kind of the finish area, and you really see them kind of maintaining right side lateral bend too longs, and they never really quite fully rotate through the shot. So let's go demonstrate that, right? So hand path out. Then from here, actually, we're going to zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see the shoulder line. We're going to start seeing that the right shoulder is starting to drop. You can also see that he's kind of backing away from the golf ball, starting to extend a little bit. And then from here, he gets what I always think this release is funny. We get the cricket release, really. So basically the cricket release is hands are coming kind of vertically out, and then instead of exiting on the swing arc or exiting on an arc, right, kind of coming this way, they actually start going more straight towards the target or parallel left of the target, and then the handles tends to get really, really high, right? So this is kind of what this player was doing. And then from there, he tried to drag his hands left because, again, he was trying to get that low and left finish, right, which is what the GG swing likes. And then from here, you can see he stays in this right side lateral bend for quite a bit. He gets a little bit of a chicken wing, right? The elbow isn't quite working correctly. He's not really quite churning through the golf ball. And again, this player was struggling with a left miss as well as he's just really struggling with his contact, right? He really didn't have too much consistent low point control. So let's go show you kind of what we changed. Okay, so let's show you what we changed. And again, I apologize. You're going to see some black in between these two videos. So again, remember before, hand path was working pretty far outwards at position 5. Now, if you take a look at this new swing, now you're going to start seeing that the hands are actually below this line. Now, another key characteristic you're going to kind of see here is if you take a look at kind of his shirt right there, you can kind of see that it's kind of flying up like this. So the main reason why he's doing that is because on the way down, he's kind of internally rotating his shoulder blade, which means kind of moving this way as opposed to backwards, right? This would be kind of external rotation of the shoulder. This would be internal. So the reason why he's working his shoulder and internal rotation, because again, he's trying so hard to force those hands outward, because that's what he's been taught, right? That's what the GG swing is taught here in Japan. Do this motion, that you're actually seeing a lot of the players reverting back to kind of the old school slicer look, right? Where a lot of the amateur golfers back in like the 90s, early 2000s were hitting big slices. Everyone that I'm seeing doing the GG swing is actually starting to get back into the look of a slicer, right? Let's go take a look from here. If we zoom in on this player now, we can see that the shirt's not really doing that as much. Now, part of the reason why, again, because he is swinging a little bit slower. This is about a half-speed swing on the one on the right. But also, another big reason why it's not quite doing that is you can also see that the shoulder hasn't gone inwards like this as much, right? So he doesn't have this hunched up look. He's actually maintained the shoulder's position a little bit more neutral as opposed to getting the internal rotation like that. Now, another thing what you're going to notice is from position 5 into position 6, you're going to see that before the hands were taking still quite a bit of a direct route towards the golf ball. And then now from here, you're seeing that the hands are going a little bit more down as opposed to kind of out and down. And this gets him into a great position 6 personally, where I think that the chest is a little bit lower. He still has maintained his pelvis level, right? He hasn't quite tilted too much at this position. The shoulders haven't quite tilted too much from this position. And then what you're going to see is from here to here on the before swing, right, the chest is not really rotating a whole lot. He's more so just kind of using the hands and the arms. And now you can see in the after one, he's actually starting to rotate the chest through this section a little bit more. And then the big change you're going to see is if I take him up to around position 9 on the before, and then take him out to position 9 on the after, this is where you're getting the big change, right? This is where you can kind of see the accumulation of everything we did on the backswing and transition now really starting to kind of show into a really nice professional looking finish. And you can see that arms are a little bit more extended, right? He doesn't really quite have that chicken wing follow through. Let me take him a couple more frames so you can see that. And then also if you take a look here, we can see that the head has actually started to release a little bit more as opposed to his head was kind of looking down this way before, which again is going to help him get out of that right side lateral bend look. Because if you kind of take a look here, you can see that he still has a little bit of this crunched up look at this position. And then this position here, you can see that he's actually starting to come out of that right side lateral bend. And he's really moving through the ball with a little bit more of a better potential of lumbar injury prevention. I think I say that every video now. Anyways, so that's pretty much the wrap up of this player's swing. So hand pap too far out. From there, he started to tilt, get a little bit too much right side lateral bend, didn't really rotate through the shot too much, little chicken wing, this type of look. Now, obviously, because he's got the tilts and bends a little bit better, he's got his rotation a little bit better through the shot, and we can also see that he's now getting into a really nice finish, right? So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found something for you in this video as well. If you guys haven't already, we have May lessons most likely have been open up. If they're not booked already, go right now. Go book your lesson because they do go quick. And yeah, I'll see you guys again next time. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.